Ladies and gentlemen, what have I been saying for the past, 6 months or so? I said Biden would get impeached. McCarthy got Trump's backing because he promised impeachment. Impeachment is the consequence of committing crimes. Okay, so Donald Trump didn't commit any crimes. 0 crimes with a phone call to the president of a country invaded under Biden's watch. There was no crime there. There is a crime with bribery and graft and promising influence. So there are New York Post articles, Daily Mail articles. We'll talk about the evidence that Chuck Grassley has, Ted Cruz has. All of these Republicans investigating Biden have evidence of criminality. Like, he actually broke the law. They accepted money and they gave favors. It was very simple. You can say, oh, he forced out a prosecutor because the prosecutor wasn't doing his job. That is complete nonsense. Money was exchanged. Emails were actually written asking for influence, asking for that prosecutor to be fired. And then you had a quid pro quo arrangement. You had a pay-to-play arrangement. You had essentially graft and bribery. People gave money to Hunter. They didn't stuff money in his pocket. He was put on the board of directors of a company that was known to be corrupt in a country, like I said, eventually invaded while Biden was president. Okay? He was on the board of directors, so they give money in that manner. The graft doesn't have to be, okay, I will give you this money and then you will do this for me, signed the criminals. It can be, hey, you know what? We'll put Hunter on the board of directors. He'll make 80 to 100 grand a month. He'll get billions in business deals or hundreds of millions in business deals or millions in business deals. And we'll do business with you. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and intel agencies that side with Democrats will not investigate us. We'll get positive and favorable coverage from the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, The New Yorker, New York Magazine, The Atlantic, Daily Beast, Vice, Vanity Fair, Esquire. Nobody will talk about us. Jimmy Kimmel, Late Night. So the entire public relations monstrosity of U.S. media, late night, social media algorithms, 50 intelligence officials will prevent any discussion of business deals on Hunter's laptop. And you'll be completely thrown off the internet if you talk about it. 2 years ago, you would have been. And so there you go. And so you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where the money, and we'll get to that in a second, hit subscribe to this channel right now. The money was given to the Bidens. Here you have IRS, you have Central Intelligence, you have Federal Bureau of Investigation records pertaining to a bribery scheme. And if you want to read my writing, by the way, in the Hill, the Huffington Post Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. See the difference between Trump is being indicted for his words. Okay, there is no money trail. Okay, they accused him of being an operative of the Kremlin, which is absurd nonsense. It was based on a Steele dossier purchased by Clinton and the DNC. And so you have a money trail. People are giving money to the Bidens, to Hunter, in order to get the allure of influence, so influence peddling or actual favors, influence, all of that. Okay, so you have that going on. You have the money trail. So Grassley obtains and releases Federal Bureau of Investigation records on VP Biden foreign bribery scheme. Now, that was happening all throughout his tenure as vice president. If you don't believe that, you can actually just look at the writing in the laptop. There are emails where people are asking for influence. So you have a money trail from very shady individuals, corrupt corporations. You don't have that with Trump. You have emails asking for influence. You don't have that with Trump or Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump or any of these people. You don't have that with the Trump family. With the Bidens and the Clintons, you have people from all over, businesses, corporations, countries, giving money to Democrats. The money trail is there. Their money trail is there because the people giving money to Democrats want something. This is so simple that even writers at the New York Times, the Washington Post, MSNBC, CNN, all of these other publications, this public relations monstrosity can understand. They're giving money So this is for the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats. They're giving money to Hunter and Joe for a purpose. They're not giving money to Trump. Trump has no pull within the U.S. government, even when he was president, to just go ahead, accept money, and then give favorable treatment to individuals, because immediately that would have been investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Immediately that would have been investigated by the New York Times, MSNBC, the Washington Post, CNN. There would have been investigative journalism. Trump would not have had 50 intelligence officials go to bat for him and say, you can't talk about Trump's business deals. I mean, it's a plot by another country. So you have emails. So one email this right here, emails reveal how Hunter used his laptop. So emails reveal. So you can go. There's one email in particular, Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me. But also there's one email, how can you use your influence on the company's behalf? There you go. Influence on the company's behalf. The number 3 executive on the board of directors of a very, very interesting oil and gas corporation, okay, in a country invaded while Biden was in office. It's right here. Advice on how you can use your influence. It's a 2014 email. Then you have, not only do you have an endless stream of New York Post and Daily Mail articles and Federalist articles and other publications that actually investigate and actually write about what's taking place with Biden's and Hunter and pay-to-play schemes and quid pro quo, but you have Cruz suggests Federal Bureau of Investigation search Hunter. Okay, Ted Cruz talked about essentially all these articles here are talking about the possibility that Hunter repackaged classified data, that he repackaged classified data, okay, which is a huge, infinitely worse than anything Trump was accused of as a former president with the power to declassify. When people were saying that, oh, well, you're not voting for Hunter, you're voting for Joe, that is complete nonsense. Yes, you are voting. It's like marrying into a family. You're not just marrying the individual, you're marrying the family too. So you voted for Joe. You're now getting everyone around him, including Hunter. And Hunter is like probably the most honest person because the funny thing is he's the most honest individual. He's actually doing the consulting and the business deals. He's the one out front and center. It's Joe who lied about. First of all, the interesting thing is Trump had 40,000 lies. The Washington Post never called it a lie. I don't believe they ever called what Joe Biden stated a lie when he said he never knew anything regarding his son's business deals. They are consulting, doing business deals, brokering multi-million-dollar ventures, and they're doing so because they have the allure of influence or they're actually giving influence. It's the most corrupt racket, and it's all for everyone to see. Democrats hide in plain sight. So when you do catch them and you have their hand in the cookie jar or their pants down, like, oh, don't bring that up, or whatever, you then get 50 intelligence officials to say it was a plot by another country. So here you have a litany of information right here. Grassley obtains. This is all you have to read. It's on Chuck Grassley's website. Chuck Grassley, Senator, Iowa. It's all there. You can go down. You can read all the information. Okay. They have text messages, money trail, all the evidence. It's when people say there's no evidence to indict, they're really saying they're too worried about the media outrage. Media is not objective. It's not apolitical. It's not nonpartisan. They are an extension of the Democratic Party. You have a money trail. You have not only a money trail, you have a money trail. You have emails asking for influence. You have classified data likely flying around the country. You have all of this evidence in the form of bribery, graft, racketeering, all of these scandals. So you have to ask yourself, Why haven't they already been impeached? And impeachment starting anyway. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. Impeachment has begun. Thank you.